is Abby Fish here. Today we're going to be talking about the freestyle kick and the 3 things that you need to focus on technically in order to improve your freestyle kick. The first is when you're freestyle kicking, you want to make sure that you're not kicking from your knees, but you're kicking from your hips. The best analogy I have for this is like when you're kicking a soccer ball. When you go to kick a soccer ball, you don't just bend the knee and then kick the ball, making contact with the ball right under the body. You want to make sure that you wind up, you bring the heels back away from the body, so that's your up kick portion, and then you follow through and actually make contact with the ball and you kick it forward, finishing the leg with it in front of the body. So the reality is, when you're kicking in freestyle, you want to make sure that you bring the heels up, you pop them through the surface, and then you finish that down kick with the foot in front of the body with the toes pointed. So the second thing that you want to focus on, aside from making sure that you're kicking from the hips and not the knees, is to make sure that you don't have too much knee bend. So the reality is you want to have the same amount of knee bend that you have when you walk. So it's about 120 degrees. You don't want anything more than that, because otherwise it's going to cause the knees to work too much and it's going to take away from the hips. And you have anything less than that, you're not going to get very much power from the follow through, which is where the foot is finishing in front of the body. The third thing you want to focus on is making sure that you have good height in your kick. So what that actually means is, in the reality of your foot, you basically want from mid-arch to heel to pop through the surface on your up kick. So if you do that well, your up kick's going to be very, very good, setting you up for a great down kick. The reality is, in freestyle kicking, the majority of the propulsion comes from the down kick, and not very much of it comes from the up kick. So you get about 60% of your propulsion from the down kick portion and about 40% from the up kick. So both of them are pretty important. So you have to have a great down kick in order to have a great up kick, and vice versa. Great up kick to have a great down kick. So if you think about these 3 things, making sure that you're kicking from your hips and not your knees, it's going to set you up very, very well for a great kick. Also, making sure that you're not bending your knees too much is going to be super helpful. And then the third thing, making sure you have proper height. To add the cherry on top, you want to make sure that you're pointing your toes. I already mentioned that, but you want to make sure that your toes are pointing away from your body. So if my fingertips were my toes, they're pointing away from your body the entire time while you're kicking. This increases the surface area of your foot and allows you to move more water backwards, which means that you move forward more and at a faster rate.